Hey there, YouTube. Hey, today I'm going to be doing a few things on my 94 F250. I'm going to be replacing the what's called the clock spring on these, and that's inside of the steering column, so I'm going to be removing the steering column. I'm also going to be replacing the multi-switch, which is the turn signal and the switch for the windshield wipers, because my windshield wipers don't work all the time. So I'm going to replace that, and while I'm doing that, I'll also show you how to replace the key switch, because those tend to go bad on Fords also, and they're really easy to replace, and I'm going to go through and show you how to do those type of things. First thing you want to do if you're going to be getting into the steering wheel and you're going to be replacing or removing your airbag is you want to disconnect your negative battery cable at least 2 hours before you start the repair, because it has capacitors in them, and you want to allow those capacitors to drain before you remove that. Okay, the first part I wanted to show you was if you're going to replace the clock spring, you need to remove the steering wheel, and in the steering wheel you also need to remove this section right here, which is the airbag. And I think I explained it earlier where you need to unhook the negative battery cable at least 2 hours before you're going to remove this part, because there's capacitors in there and you don't want to injure yourself. As far as being able to get it off, it's really simple. There's 4 holes in here that are right on the back side on both sides. I don't know if you can see those, but there's 4 holes, and that's a 10 millimeter socket. So we just put a 10 millimeter in there, and then we just take those off. You know, once you get those 4 10 millimeter bolts out, and just set them up here so you don't lose them. Like I said, those are 10 millimeter, and the deeper the socket, the better, because there's a little bit that comes out of there. Fortunately, that's the best I got for 10 millimeter. But once you get them out, this part is fairly simple, but you do want to be careful. Okay, see, it does come out just like this. And see, there's capacitors in there. And you just take this, and I think it should just pop off. Yep. See, this is part of the clock spring. Okay, now set that down over here. There, I survived, I didn't get killed. This next part is after we remove the wiring, and I always got to be careful with this because I end up breaking these things. Okay, that came off pretty easy. And see, these parts stay in here. This comes out with it, but the next part is we need to remove the steering wheel. Okay guys, here's that next step that I was talking about. We need to remove the steering wheel so that I can get to the clock spring behind it. To do that, you need a 15 millimeter socket that goes on here. Now these can be on there pretty hard. I already tested it, and this one was pretty loose, so it was going to be fairly easy to take off. But you don't want to take the nut or the bolt all the way off. You can lock it with your legs like that to get it, and then get it loose. I'll take it off so you can see what it looks like, and then I'm going to show you that I'm actually going to need that bolt in there to get this steering wheel off, unless it's like really simple. But see, it's splined on there. I don't know if you can see it. You'll be able to see it when I get done. But see, here's the holes that you need for your puller. And a puller, you can buy them, or you can also AutoZone or places like that will lend them to you. I actually own one. You can see it right here. I have it set up, and it's pretty much all you do is you put these bolts in there like this. Put them all the way down, I guess, and then you get your puller, and that goes on something like this, I guess. Doing it while holding the flashlight is pretty hard. All right, come on. Okay. Let's see if I can get that one on there. Come on, get in there. Okay. Okay, and then you turn that down onto that bolt, see? So pull that tight. Sometimes you do it by hand, it just pops off. But we want to get that on there good. Okay, the size for that phone was 13 millimeter. You can use a wrench, or in this case I'm using my socket. Alright, come on. Oh, I think I need to go the other way with it. And you give it like this, and you can see, yeah, that came loose. Sometimes they pop. They'll pop pretty loud. But that's all there is to pulling a steering wheel. If you got the right tools, it's pretty daggone simple. Pull it off like that. Come on. Okay, take the puller off. It still feels like it's on there. No, that's off. Pull your 15 millimeter bolt out. Put that up there. And it comes off, and then you want to pull that right off. And then you have access to your clock spring. And just put that out of the way. And then I'll come back and we'll go through how to get that clock spring off. There's a little bit more to it than just pulling it off, because there's actual wires. You can see that yellow wire. That's the end of it. It actually ends up way back in there. So the next part we're going to take off is going to be this bottom panel, which I also need to get off to replace this multifunction switch that I'm going to do. And I'm also going to show you how to replace the key cylinder in there. So we're going to go through all that stuff yet here today. I'll be back to you when I'm ready here. Okay guys, we're ready to move on to the next step, which is I want to remove this bottom plastic panel right here. And it's pretty simple. Basically, you just need a Phillips screwdriver, and I don't know if you can see it under here. There are 4, whoops, well, there are usually 4. 3, I guess, on this one. Usually there's 4. There's 3 spots where Phillips screwdriver goes in. This is actually for so you can remove your key cylinder, but it's really hard to do through there. You really gotta, it's a lot easier just to remove this piece, and I'm going to go ahead and do that so you can see how that works. Okay, now that comes out. Now you will notice a lot of these, there's usually a screw back here too. Usually if these have ever been taken off, those screws are out. That screw's stuck in there. Okay, so now that's off. Well, I guess I got to get my keys so I can show you how this comes off. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm not 100% sure if the camera was working that last piece that I showed you how to take this plastic piece off. And basically this just mounts in here. There's 3 Phillips screws that you got to take out, and that's an access point to actually get to the lock cylinder, which I'm going to show you how to get off of there now. And it's pretty simple. Let me set that out of the way. Basically, when you look at this thing underneath here, you see that little hole right there? That's where you got to put a pin in there, and the lock cylinder will just come out. But it doesn't come out when the ignition's off, so you have to have your key. I'll show you. Get in here and turn the key to the run position, and then you take whatever you can find that's pokey and stick it right in that hole right there, and you can push the there's a little indent. Push it in, and the key cylinder should just come out just like that. Okay, and you can look at it. Basically, that's that little indent that you're putting in. See, when it's in the run position, or excuse me. Yeah, when it's in the run position, you can push it in. When it's in any other position, it's locked. That's all that's locking that cylinder in there. And that allows you to take that off. And in this case, I need to remove this piece. Whoops, come on. Yeah, that's messy in there. For me to be able to get that piece off of there, I'll have to look in the new one and see how it's. Oh, there's a screw right there. Oh, there's another screw right there. Okay, so I got to get. Yeah, I think I'll be able to get that out without having to pull that all the way out of there and break stuff. Shouldn't be too bad. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to remove the clock spring now. That's pretty simple too. That takes a T20 Torx bit. I don't know if you can see that, but that just goes right in here. And the T20, you just unhook all these bolts and it pops off. Yeah, making a mess. See, there's 4 of them. Or excuse me, 3 of them looks like. And then your clock spring just comes off like that. See how it's hooked on? Here's a piece you don't want to lose. That's the thing so your dinger goes off. Right there, see how that's in there? I want to get a picture of that before I remove that, and I want to put a little bit of oil down in there too. Okay, so this part pops off. Okay, and then those come out, and alright, this is basically the parts I wanted to show you. I knew I couldn't get a good view of it from underneath. This is a part that hooks into the key cylinder right here. This part right there. And then the 2 parts underneath that you have to pop off that are under there. So those get routed to the back part. I think you kind of got it figured out by the mess I was making under there. And this is the parts that go through the steering wheel that you go on there, and there's 3 screws. Oops, 3 screws on there, so it kind of shows you how it's got to be lined up for that, and that's kind of how that goes. And this is that other part that I'm putting in, which is the multifunction switch, which it looks like there's two screws that hold it in, and then the mounting spots there. So I'm going to get those in. I'll get this part in, then I'll turn it back on and see if I can show you how the wiring went. It didn't go real well. Me trying to show you as I was doing it, that wasn't working. All right, now I'm trying to get the multifunction switch off. And you take that one bolt out there. And that's a T20 Torx bit for those also. Same as it was on those other ones. When you're tall and you're trying to do this stuff, it really is a pain in the ass. Out of there. Yeah, it does. Okay, there's one little clip right there, and looks like there's two clips on. There's two clips on both sides. Yeah, that's all I do. Just pop right on there. So if I take one on this side and one on that side, haha, they're going to come off. Hey, I did it without breaking it, I think. Alright, yeah, then you can get this other one here. The little one in there. Haha, got it off of there. Pretty filthy that thing is. Oh yeah, it hardly doesn't even want to move now. Okay, so we'll grab our new one. And that's it. Alright, I'm gonna get that back on. Okay, and that screws back on.
Where are you?
I'm right here,
Oh, what are you doing?
working on my truck. No, that switch.
Oh, okay. You work tomorrow?
No. Haha, I think I got that part replaced. Nice. Best switch $24 can buy. Okay. So I would go around just like this. Alright, so now when you go put that clock spring in, you want to leave this part on. This locks that clock spring in. See how it catches on the, if you pull that off, see there's some stuff here that it catches on. Oh, that's right, I want to lube that up first. Alright, I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm getting ready to put that clock spring in, but I want to kind of clean some of this up. See how dirty that is? See how dirty that is up there? That's kind of like a little ratchet or something that catches on stuff. Well, that'll wear it out. So I'm going to take a little bit of WD-40, I think, and kind of get in there. And take a Q-tip and kind of clean that out. Yeah, and we'll get down here. I'm gonna clean that out a little bit. See what gets in there. Ugh, dirty, dirty. Dirty, dirty. That should help. Okay, I'll get the clock spring. There it is. Okay, see, this is that little latch I was talking about. It keeps the clock spring somewhat wound already. And so we put that, line them up. Okay. You don't want to take this off until all of that is on. Figure out where to put it. Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. That'll let you know that the clock spring is on. Now, get that through here. We'll take the big one first, I guess. Get it through. Gotta get that down there. I'm going to go ahead and just hook them up, and then I'll take a picture of it. Trying to get a video of it didn't really work, so I'm running it through there, and then I'll end up getting it over on this side over here. Here's what I'm going to end up doing. Okay, I've got the clock spring installed again, and you can see it right in there how I had to hook that little thing right in there. The clip goes over the end here, and the other part goes right through that little groove. And if you look in there, I don't know if you can see it, try to get the camera looking in there, but that little piece just clicks right in there. Okay, so now I'm about ready to, I think what I'll do is I'll put the lock cylinder back in. Okay, remember it's got to be, see, that's locked. Locked. Yep, okay. Okay, it's all back in. Yay. Okay, I'll put the key up here for now. Alright, so let's, well, we might as well put the bottom plastic piece back on. Right in there. Yeah, close enough. enough. Alright, now I gotta get the steering wheel back on. These go through here. Hopefully. Yeah. I hope the wheels are straight. Let's see. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad. Otherwise, you gotta pull the damn thing off of there later. I gotta find the. That's not the right one for that. Just about done here, guys. Just about done. Okay. This one goes on to here. Pretty sure. Ta-da! And this one it hooks on. This one, let's not blow myself up. Alright. Watch, I'll probably get all this on here and damn thing probably won't work. Maybe see how them fit in there. Thank goodness, otherwise I don't know how you'd ever get them on there. One more. I think I'm done. I put this on there just in case. There we go. We're live again. All right. I hear my turn signals are on. You're kidding me. Oh, there it is. All right. Let's give this a go. Maybe I'm done. Tell you what, I'm not going to leave her running very long because I got the doors all closed. But let's see what happens. Oh, you know what that is? That was the flashers. Oh, are all of them working? Nice. Okay. This should turn off. Right there, turn off, you turkey. Yes, it's good. Oh, come on. Whoop, that works. I think this is going to work. I think it did that last time. Oh, that works great. I'm going to turn it off again, and I think the last time I did one, that came back on until I did it again. If it ain't, then I got more troubleshooting to do, but definitely the horn works where it did not work before.